let me ask you this question. What's your little problem? What's your little fox? What's the small thing that you've been tolerating or that you've been ignoring? Is it unspoken bitterness or quiet disobedience? Maybe it's that habit. Maybe it's a habit that you've got hidden that nobody even knows about. Can I want to move on, but I can't get it. We've talked about this before, and I talked about it some on Friday night, and we talked about generational curses and how they're a choice. But did you know that you can perpetuate and push your children to choose that generational curse? But if we all asked ourselves this question, how many of us had a parent that drank and we struggle with drinking? How many had a parent that smoked and we struggle with smoking addiction? How many of us had parents that were verbally abusive and we have trouble holding our tongue? See, those little foxes, when they get tired of robbing your vineyard and there's nothing left for them to steal, they got to move on. And normally they're going to go to the vineyard next door. And if you have children, they're the vineyard next door. I keep hearing constantly, I hear people say, oh, I just fear the world that our children are growing up in. You're creating it. You're creating the world they're living in. If you don't want them to be bitter, stop being bitter. If you don't want them to be judgmental, stop being judgmental. If you don't want them to be hurt, by God, stop being hurt. It's a choice. If you don't want your child to ever go through that, at some point, you've got to let it go yourself. Stop being a hypocrite. You want to know why the church is dying? Because we're seen as a bunch of hypocrites. Because we tell people that they need to clean themselves up, and we can't do it ourselves. See, the Holy Spirit isn't exposing these foxes to shame you. He's exposing the foxes to heal you. He's exposing the foxes so that your vineyard can come into full bloom, so that you and He can walk through the most beautiful garden that He has planted within you. The Holy Spirit is saying, let's catch the little foxes before it ruins what I've planted in you. You see, this is your invitation this morning to act, to move, to catch the little foxes. Not next week, not next year, not next month, now.